What's up everyone? Alex Corey here at cultivatedchange.com. Today's video is dedicated to a very specific scenario. This is when your training program is going well in the gym. You've been in there every day or most every day on schedule. Everything hurts. You don't want to do cardio. You're thinking about doing a weird workout outside that might or might not actually do anything for you. So this is meant to keep you in the gym, on track. We're not going to tear anything down because you're already sore, but we're going to do some beneficial corrective work, which no one ever does, coming up. Okay, no need to spend a ton of time on this because we're not a ton of focus as much as you would be on compound exercises, but we're going to hit all the major muscle imbalances. We're going to touch all little tiny muscles, mostly in your posterior chain, because most things round you forward. So upper cross syndrome is characterized by rounded shoulders forward, lats always extended, chest caves in, all of that. So you kind of look like this. The hunching at a computer, that's upper cross. Lower cross is picture sitting. So if you get lazy, your lower back starts to do this instead of in line like that. So basically your hamstrings are always pulled and quads are usually dominant. So we're going to do the reverse of everything. First exercise is a warm-up. I hate burpees, so you have to do them. You have to do at least one thing you hate just to prove to yourself that you did it. Usually they're the best for you. So just do 3 sets of 10 burpees, as explosive or slowly as you want. The goal is just to get your full body warmed up. Immediately after that, we're going to set up quickly and do a glute bridge. This is going to hit your glutes, your glute medius, and a ton of your hip extensors. Hip flexors are always tight, like right now, so we're going to extend fully. This is the same pattern as a deadlift, just doesn't take the taxing of a deadlift, and deadlift your lats and your hamstrings can also, or lats and quads rather, can also take over the majority of the lift. Do 3 sets of going for high reps, high volume, not a ton of weight. So throw whatever weight you're comfortable with on there and do them. Make sure you focus on the contraction at the top, probably somewhere between 10 and 20 reps, 3 sets of those. After that, we're going into one exercise that I found from Jeff Cavalier at Athlete X. I love this thing. Kick shoe off if you can. Find something you can slide on. This can be an abductor slide. So this is going to, you don't need weight on this if you don't want, but slide out with one foot, keeping this leg planted, and without letting it bow in, pull yourself back in. You'll feel that in your abductor here. You will feel it over here as well, but this muscle should be doing most of the work, and that's a very specific thing that usually gets overworked. The outside of the leg usually does the brunt of the work, so your abductor is going to take a little of that. Your glute medius will as well, just because you have to stabilize everything. 3 sets, as many of those as you want. If you're doing body weight, 15 to 20 would be good. If you do some weighted like you see here, 10 to 15 is fine. Next one is going to be our last full body. This is one of the best ones, and I often use this as a warm-up prior to my compound exercises. This is a squat to face pull. It's kind of an upright row, but we want some external rotation in there with a rope. Hit all those the small stabilizers in the back of our backs. That's the teres minor, the posterior deltoid, all of those. So as you come down, just focus on everything pulling, and then when you stand up, make sure you squeeze your butt, your core, and bring that rope as far back as you can with your thumbs back. Make sure you're getting external rotation. You should feel the back of your upper back light up with that. You should not be using a ton of lats and traps, so just make sure you keep that rope as wide as you can. Come up and end like this. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes and your core so you don't arch your back too much. That's a full posterior chain. 3 sets, and see if you can get 15 reps out of each one of those, and you'll be breathing pretty heavily. After that, we'll go into our rear stabilizer specific, and we're going to use an incline bench for this. just so your lower back has support, because if we do something freestanding, lower back tends to swing, take the lumbar back out of it. Use a dumbbell for this just because the width is fixed, and goes wide on the barbell, goes wide on the barbell, as you need to be at about 90 degrees when you come up. So at the top position here, your elbow should be at 90 degrees. We're gonna go as wide as possible. Usually when we do rows, they're in a little more and the lats and traps get in there. We're gonna go as wide as possible, so it's just the posterior deltoid, teres minor, all the same things that we were just hitting with that face pull, but this is going to target them specifically, and we're just gonna do a burnout, lightweight. We're gonna do 1.5 reps, and I love this. So it's 1 all the way up, you go halfway back down so you know you're keeping tension on those muscles specifically, come all the way back up, and then return. Feel that stretch, up all the way, halfway down, up all the way. This should be very, very high reps, because those are tiny muscles and there are a lot of slow twitch fibers. So they're very slow to fatigue, but they take a lot of beating, like your shoulders, like your calves, things that you just need all the time so they don't fatigue easily, but they also don't grow easily. So as many as you need, at least 3 sets on those. You can do some resistance band work afterwards if you're missing some pieces. There are definitely some other little muscles like your serratus that doesn't get worked, but this is just what I happen to do in the gym that day. If you want any additional specific videos, let me know in the comments below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the video and the channel, and let me know what you guys like to see in the future. Thanks for stopping by.